Hi everyone, my name is Michael and I am the Crafty Crocheter, and today I am going to start a series of what I'm going to call the Stitch of the Week. And I've seen other channels do this, so I thought I would take on this as well, just to show my skill set and what stitches I've learned over the years. And for today's video, I am going to do a stitch that I saw yesterday on my YouTube feed. When I first saw it, I thought it was adorable and cute and seemed to be fitting for the upcoming Easter season. And I made a swatch of it, and then I'm also going to provide instructions on how to create that stitch so that you too can follow along and create the stitch for yourself. And this is called the bunny rabbit stitch, or the bunny stitch, and it's just basically a series of double crochet together V stitches. This is basically a one row repeat, which should be perfect for a beginner. And this, when I was first working this swatch, I thought this would be a very good stitch for like a blanket or a baby blanket. So all you would have to do is just make the base longer. And for this, there are two different ways that you can start the base, but I'm just going to show you the one way because I think the way I did it in this swatch, it creates an automatic scallop edge or border for the project. So I thought, instead of having to worry about creating a separate border for the project once you get the body done, the border is already finished. So again, if this is well received, I will definitely create more Stitch of the Week videos, and I do have a couple other ideas in my head about other stitches that I could provide on this channel, whether it be standard crocheting or Tunisian crocheting or any other crafting project. So without further ado, if you have, and the hook size I'm going to use for this video is an H hook. It's the standard H size H hook, or a 5.0 millimeter hook. And the yarn I used for the swatch and what I'm going to use for the tutorial is from Red Heart. It's their Ombre brand, and the color is Jazzy. It's got shades of different pinks and fuchsias in here. I thought when I worked on the swatch initially, it started out as a light pink on the bottom, then it gradually went slightly darker, so I thought it turned out beautiful. So if you have, but of course you can do this with any yarn color you want, and you can also do it for any season you want. It doesn't really have to be for Easter. So, but I thought since Easter's coming up and I saw the pattern, I decided to go for it. Alright, so if you have your hook ready and your yarn ready, let's go ahead and get this crocheting party started. Alright everyone, this is the swatch I showed you earlier for the bunny rabbit stitch, or the bunny stitch. And again, I'm going to grab my hook so you can see upon closer inspection, these are just a series of double crochet together clusters, and they represent rabbit ears. And again, with the Jazzy yarn I used, it started as lighter on the bottom, and then as I worked my way up, it got slightly darker because of the ombre effect from the yarn. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to work this stitch and create it. Alright, so let's grab your yarn and then go ahead and always do a slip knot. And if you don't remember how to do a slip knot, you can go back to my previous videos, but again, I can show you here. So take this yarn on the right side where my right hand, loop it over to the left side, make sure this strand is make sure that this strand is overlapping that strand, then take this strand and go behind that loop, and then you're going to see what I call the pretzel. And then you're going to take your hook and go under this strand of yarn, go from back to front, and then make sure this loop is on the hook, and then take your left thumb, or your left dominant thumb, pinch these two strands and then pull, and that creates your slip knot. This is just the method I've always used, but feel free to use whatever method for creating a slip knot that you choose. Alright, so then this version doesn't have multiples. You're just basically doing chains of 3 and creating double crochets for the base. So so to get started for the bunny rabbit stitch, you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Then you should have 3 chains on your hook, and then in the first chain, or 2 chains from the hook, you're going to work a double crochet. So yarn over, go into that first chain, then you should have 3 loops on your hook, and then go ahead and yarn over, pull through, and you'll still have 3 loops in your hook. Then yarn over again, pull through the first 2 loops, then you should have 2 loops on the hook, yarn over again, and then pull through the last 2 loops. And that is your double crochet. And then you're going to repeat this until you get the desired width that you want for your project. So I'm just going to do a width of 5 of these total. So I'm going to go, and then for the next one you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Then again you should have 3 chains on your hook, and then you're going to, in the first chain or the third chain from hook, you're going to work another double crochet. So yarn over, go into that third chain, 3 loops, yarn over, 2 loops, yarn over, 2 loops, and then you're going to repeat this until you get to the width you want. I'll do the repeat one more time, and then I'll let you work alone on this just until you get to the width you want for your base. So again, once you complete that double crochet, you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then in the third chain from hook, or your starting chain after that, you're going to work a double crochet. So loop, yarn over, find the third chain from hook, which would be right here where my left thumb is, insert the hook into that loop or that chain, pull through, then you're going to work your double crochet. Alright, and then let me do it one more time. So after that you're going to chain 3 more, 2 and 3, and in the third chain from hook, 1, 2, 3, you're going to work a double crochet. Alright, so from here, chain 3, and then work a double crochet in the third chain from hook, and then again keep doing that until you get to the desired width you want. And then since I'm going to do 5 total, I'll do one more with you. So 1, 2, and 3, and then third chain from hook, you're going to work a double crochet. So basically, in essence, these are kind of multiples of 3, but you're just doing 3 at a time instead of chaining a whole long chain of multiples of 3. Because for the other version, it's a multiple of 3 plus 1. But for this, I'm not going to teach that version in this video. I may do so in another future video, but I thought I just wanted to show you the way I learned it. Alright, so there's the desired length I want. So to start your next row, you're just going to, so with these double crochets, it creates a little chain space. If you see, for this little scallop here, it's going to create a chain space. So what you're going to do for each one of these is do your 2 double crochet together, chain 1, and another 2 double crochet together, and I'll show you what that entails. So from here, don't create any extra chains or anything, so you're just going to go right into that double crochet together stitch. So you're going to yarn over, go through the chain space, and then, but instead of completing the double crochet totally, you're only going to do it halfway twice. So you're going to yarn over and just pull through the first 2 loops. Then you'll have 2 loops on your hook, but don't complete this double crochet. So after that, yarn over again, go through that same chain space, and work another 2 double crochet together. So then after that, you'll have 3 loops on the hook total. So basically what we're doing here is you're creating 2 unfinished double crochet stitches, and to complete and to finish this off, you're just going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And then once you pull through all 3 loops, this is where you then chain 1, and then you're going to repeat that process in the same chain space for the other half of the V. So yarn over, go through the chain space, pull up a loop, and there's 3 on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over again and pull through the first 2 loops only. Then you'll have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over again, go through the same chain space and pull through. Then yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, and then you'll have 3 loops on your hook. Then to finish it off, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. And that is your, when we just completed our cluster of double crochet together V-stitch. And you're going to repeat this until you get to for every single one of these little scallops until you get to the end. So I'll repeat it with you a couple more times, and then I'll let you work it through until you get done. Then I'll meet you at the end. So once you complete the V-stitch, don't add any extra chains at this point. You're just going to go into the next chain space of the next scallop, and you're going to work 2 double crochet together stitches. So again, yarn over, you'll have 3 loops, yarn over again, pull through the first 2 loops only, then you'll have 2 loops, yarn over, go through the chain space, pull up, then you'll have 4 loops in your hook, then yarn over again and pull through the first 2 loops only, you'll have 3 loops in your hook, then to finish it, pull through all 3 loops. Then since we only did one part of the V, you'll chain 1 at this point. Again, then you yarn over, go to the same chain space and work your 2 double crochet together stitches. Alright, so then this is your second, and this is going to be your second 2 double crochet together V stitches. So I'll go with the repeat one more time, and then I'll let you work from there. So again, since we're done with the V, do not chain 1. You're just going to go right into the next chain space and work your 2 double crochet together stitches. So yarn over, find the next chain space of the next scallop to the left, and then insert your hook into that chain space, pull through the yarn. You'll have 3 loops in the hook. Then you're going to yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops only, then you'll have 2 loops remaining, but don't finish the double crochet at this point. Yarn over again, go into the same chain space, pull up the yarn, you'll have 4 loops in your hook, yarn over again, pull through the first 2 loops only, you have 3 loops, and then to finish it off, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, chain 1, yarn over, go into the same chain space again, and work your 2 double crochet together stitches. And then just through your remaining loops, then yarn over and pull through all 3 to finish it. Alright, so it's going to be find the next chain space, if you can see it here we go, you can see it, then yarn over, go into the chain space, create 2 double crochet together stitches, chain 1, and then complete 2 more double crochet together stitches, and then repeat this process until you get to the very end. And then once you get to the very end, I will meet you, and then I'll let you, and then we'll continue from there. Alright folks, we're at the end of the row, and you see I have my completed row of bunny rabbit stitches, because it looks like bunny rabbits because of the ears, because of the V stitches that we've created throughout this row. So once you get to the end of the row, you can either do a chain 1 and turn, but I don't do that because it's much easier just to create that scalloped effect. You would just turn and continue the process. So I'll go ahead and start row 2 now. So once you have this row completed, turn your work, and then in between the V stitches is where you're going to work your 2 double crochet together V stitches. So basically you're stacking them on top of one another to create that effect that we had going for the swatch. So I'm going to go ahead from here, yarn over, and in between the two double crochet together posts, you're going to work your 2 double crochet together, chain 1, 2 double crochet together stitches. So I'll go ahead and do that now. So go through this chain space, and then do this, and then create your 2 double crochet together stitches. Oops, I think I screwed up on that one. Give me a second here, I messed up. I wasn't supposed to complete that. Let me start again. Alright, it does happen sometimes. Alright, so yarn over, go through the chain space in between the two posts. Then you're working your 2 double crochet together stitches. So go through the first 2 loops only, and this yarn is kind of unraveling a little bit. Then chain 1, then do the second post. First 2 loops, then yarn over again, same chain space, 4 on the hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, and then pull through all 3 loops to complete it. And then you're basically repeating the process until you get to the height you want. So I'll go ahead and finish this row with you, and then go from there. All right. So since we finished the V, you do not have to single crochet you do not have to chain 1. So you just go right into the next chain space in between the 2 V's. In between the 2 V's, there's a little chain space. Yarn over, go into the chain space here. Pull your yarn through, then you have 3 loops in the hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. Yarn over, go into the same chain space, pull up, got 4 loops in the hook. Yarn over, go through the first 2 loops, you'll have 3 remaining, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops to finish that first post. Then chain 1, and then yarn over, go into the same chain space, pull up the yarn, 3 loops, yarn over again, pull through the first 2 loops, you'll have 2 remaining, yarn over, go into the chain space and pull up the yarn, you'll have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over again, pull through the first 2 loops, you'll have 3 remaining, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops to complete your V. And I'll do this one more time. Do the same chain in the chain space of the next V cluster. You'll work 2 more double crochet together stitches. Pull through all 3 loops. Chain 1. Repeat for the other ear. Yarn over. Find the next chain space between the 2 V's, between the 2 bunny ears. Put your hook through that and then pull up, and then work your 2 double crochet together stitches here. Once you have those 2 done, yarn over, go through all 3 loops to close it off. Chain 1 since we did not finish it, since we only finished the 1 ear. All 3. All right, we're coming up on the last one. You'll do the same thing, and then I'll show you how to finish the row off. So you'll work through the stitches as before. Go find the chain space between the next 2 bunny ears. Go through that chain space, pull up the yarn, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, go into the chain space, pull up the yarn, pull through the next, yarn over, go to the first 2 loops only, then yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, then you're going to chain 1, and yarn over, go into the same chain space again, pull up the yarn, you'll have 3 on the hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops only, you'll have 2 loops remaining, yarn over, go into the chain space, pull up the yarn, you'll have 4 on your hook, yarn over again, pull through the first 2 loops, you'll have 3 remaining, and then yarn over, and then pull through all 3 loops to finish the stitch. Alright, so say we're at the end of the project and this is the height you wanted. I'll show you how to finish this off. So we're trying to mimic the scallop stitch we established at the very beginning of our base. So we're going to go ahead and do that same thing here. So I found that if you chain 4, and it seems to work better, because you can do chain 3, but it tends to be a little tighter. So I'm going to go ahead and do chain 4 because that is what I did for the swatch. So once you complete this to the height you want, you're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Turn your work, and then in the space between the 2 sets of ears, you're going to slip stitch into here. So you're going to take your hook, go into the chain space between the two ears, and then just work a slip stitch. Then from here you're going to chain 4 again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go into the next chain space between the ears, which would be right here, and then you're going to work another slip stitch. So you're basically repeating this until you get to the very end, and then I'll show you what to do for the very end. So chain 4 again, 2, 3, and 4. Go into the next chain space between the two bunny ears, the two sets of ears, and work a slip stitch. Then chain 4 again, 2, 3, and 4. You'll have 4 chains on the hook, and then go into the next chain space in the chain space between the two sets of bunny ears. You're going to work a slip stitch. Then chain 4 again, 3 and 4. Now, since we don't have any space between the bunny ears for this very last stitch, just do your best to try to find a space that goes past the bunny ears and work a slip stitch there. So I'm going to go ahead and try to find, so I'm going to work into the 2 rows over here, and it's going to work a slip stitch that way. Alright, and then we can just go ahead and fasten off, and I like to do my fastening off by doing the chain 2 pull method. So 1, 2, pull your. Alright, and that is basically it for the bunny rabbit stitch. And you see, and as this goes on, you'll see how it mimics the bunny ears. It kind of like peeps a little bit, the little bunny peeps that you get for Easter. Alright, and then you can just weave these ends in any way you want, just to conceal these better and to secure it better. So basically, for this stitch, it's just basically it's a very good beginner stitch. It's just a series of clusters of 2 double crochet together stitches and a chain 1. And like I said, there is another method to this, but I will not show you that, because that would be if you want to have a flat edge and you want to incorporate another border. With this method, you have that automatic border already established, even on the sides, so you don't have to worry about creating an extra border. Alright, so, and that, fellow viewers, is how you create the bunny rabbit stitch. Alright folks, there you have it. So I hope that everyone enjoyed today's video, and I hope that you implement this new stitch into your repertoire and create it for different projects. Again, I may try to use it for like a blanket, because the way it turned out, it was really nice. So yeah, that's all I have for now. And again, thank you for all of my loyal subscribers, and I hope to get more subscribers along the way. And I hope that what I'm bringing to you is somewhat beneficial to your life, to your crocheting careers or your crocheting life, or just to basically build upon your skill set. And again, if you have any questions or comments, let me know. And if any other suggestions for future videos, let me know. And again, as a reminder, this is a safe space for everybody, and because we're all here to learn and create. So please, no negative or derogatory comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope everyone's day is going well. Take care of yourself and each other.